everyone! Today's bonus video is going to be a little bit different than normal because we now carry Reptile paint by numbers. These are pretty advanced, so they're best for adults or older or I guess artistically gifted kids. I personally love these so much because they're good for all skill levels. Like, you don't have to be artistically talented at all to do a paint by numbers because it literally tells you where to put the paint. And as long as you follow those numbers, you will make this. You don't have to be artistically gifted at all. They help me relax, unwind, and think of something other than work while still being able to enjoy reptiles. So I spent a good portion of my days off over the course of probably 2 months, and I finally finished my first one. We now carry 4 reptile paint by number designs, both in store and at snakediscoverystore.com, 3 of which are of our own reptiles actually, including Sunny Side Up, our scaleless corn snake, a Madagascar giant day gecko that lives in our zoo, and Kronk, our green tree python that lives in the zoo. The 4th design is the one I chose to paint, and it's of a bush viper, and I am so happy with how it turned out. So today's video will be of me simply painting this paint by number. And whether you are watching just to relax, or if you're painting your own paint by number at home and having this play in the background, consider this a way to escape to a different world, a peaceful world where only paint, brush strokes, and color exist. Let's start painting. And there we have completed our bush let's hold it right way up. And there we have completed the Bush Viper paint by numbers. Again, we have these available along with 3 other designs, the corn snake, day gecko, and green tree python designs based off of our own animals here at Snake Discovery, both available in store and at snakediscoverystore.com. I'll put a link to all of the kits in the description below. The kits include the canvas, a color guide, paintbrushes, and all the paint you need. Before you start though, I have 3 tips for you after having completed one myself. Number 1 is paint just one color at a time. That way you'll be cleaning your paintbrushes less frequently. Number 2 is if you are right-handed, paint from left to right, and if you are left-handed, paint from right to left. The paint doesn't take terribly long to dry, but this will prevent your wrist from smearing through it while it's still wet. And tip number 3, now that I've completed again one myself, I noticed that a few of the colors are a little bit brighter in person than they are in the picture. I mean, ink versus paint, it's not gonna be a 100% match. They are very close though, so if you want them to be spot on, I recommend putting a small dab of paint next to its corresponding color on the color guide and adding a darker color if needed to make it that perfect match. If you want, you can totally skip that recommendation, just paint using the paint as is. You just might have a slightly brighter version in the end. And finally, don't expect to complete this type of paint by number. Again, this is an advanced, this is like a professional paint by numbers kit. Don't expect to have it done in, say, 2 hours. This probably took me 15 to 20 hours collectively over the course of a couple of months, and I loved every minute of it. It gave me something different to focus on while still enjoying reptiles. It was peaceful, it was tranquil. It's hard to describe. It was meditative, I guess is probably the best word for it. And if you get one of our paint by numbers, I hope you enjoy it too. Again, I'll put a link to them in the description below. If you do get one, please post your progress on Instagram and tag us at snake.discovery so that we can see how you're enjoying it. With how stressful we all know life can be, we are hoping that introducing these paint by numbers to everybody will be a great way to help you all relax, unwind, and still fuel that passion for reptiles at the same time. Thanks for watching today's bonus video. I hope it wasn't too weird, and happy painting!